Am I the asshole for bringing my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets it? Edit, update on profile. My, F28, sister-in-law Amy, F26, always comes to visit from out of town. She stays with us instead of a hotel, and always wants to go to expensive restaurants. She always conveniently forgets her wallet, or domes up with some excuses as to why she can't pay her share. She has implied that since I make much more money than her, I should be the one to pay. No, not my husband should pay, but me specifically. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nonetheless, in the past, I have just paid the bill and asked her to pay me back. She never has. She had made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night, and before we left, I made it clear that I wouldn't be paying her bill. This is where I might be the asshole, and I'll admit I got this move straight from an episode of 2.5 Men. As we were leaving, her and my husband went to the car. I pretended I forgot something and went back inside. I found her wallet sitting right on top of her suitcase. I put it in my purse and we went to the restaurant. When we were done eating, I asked for separate bills. She said no, we need one bill, because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, "This wallet?" She was extremely furious. She said that I should not have touched or grabbed her wallet. So am I the asshole for taking her wallet and bringing it to the restaurant? Edit, wow, thanks for all the awards. Geez lol. So many comments that I can't keep up, but thank you to everyone who had something to say. Edit 2, Amy just called me, she saw this post and she yelled at me for bad-mouthing her on the internet. Honestly, I don't care. Amy, hopefully reading all these comments is a wake-up call for you. Not the asshole, but you totally should have flipped the switch, left your wallet at home, only brought your license so she had to cover the whole bill, then never taken her out to a restaurant again. Wish I thought of that smiley face. Personally, I like the way you did it better. I wish I could have seen her face when she saw the wallet. Hit him with the 2-to-1 punch. I forgot my wallet because I accidentally grabbed this other one I found lying about. Is it yours? Oh, I thought this was my wallet. Oops. Don't worry, Amy, you get this one, and I'll pay you back. This is my favorite answer. STO. Be going out to eat with her. Just stop. What's wrong with your husband that he allows his sister to take advantage of his wife? This is your real problem. Not the asshole. Also STO. Be letting her stay at their house for free. If sister-in-law is going to be like that, she can get a hotel. No reason OP should have to put up with sister-in-law snide remarks in her own home. Also, Venmo/Zelle/Cash, app/etc. All exist. Why is I forgot my wallet even an excuse anymore? Just have them send you the money while you're sitting at the table. I mean, even without those apps, how do you forget your wallet? Like it's the one thing you should always have on you when you head out. Like, do people not do the whole wallet, keys, phone dance every time they go out? She has never forgotten it. She has always purposefully left it. I'm coming to your town from the 18th to the 23rd. That's fantastic. I hope you'll have time to see us one night while you're here. Is your Tuesday evening free? Make sure to call us from the hotel so we know you arrived safely. For real, after the second time it is just a matter of putting your foot down. Right? If it really happens that frequently, I'd remind her every time we went anywhere. Yeah, I'd be to the point of doing visible wallet checks before we leave the house. Amy, do you have your wallet this time? Okay, cool, let me see real quick. Oh, you don't have your wallet. Valp, good thing you realized before we left, huh? Just treat her like a child. Yeah, on this occasion when I've made it clear it's insert social party's turn to pay the dinner bill, I'd do similarly and make a joke out of asking, so, got your wallet? Ha ha ha, let's see it, forgetful Frida. If she doubles down that she shouldn't have to show her wallet, I'd have a frank discussion with sister-in-law that me/partner will no longer be covering their bill when eating out, and if she still refuses to show her method of payment this evening before going when she's agreed to pay, husband and I are going out to eat elsewhere, and thank her for the invitation to join their reservation, and we'll meet up after dinner. Not the asshole though. Original post was a clever way to call sister-in-law out on her BS. OP literally remembered sister-in-law's wallet for her. Sister-in-law's anger is at nothing but being called out on a deliberate lie. Right? Oh, was wondering why her husband hasn't put a stop to it yet. It's so disrespectful to be passive-aggressive about her income and try to manipulate OP into covering her bill. Is the husband just socially unaware, or is he just glad that he's not the target of sister-in-law's toxicity? Either way, he needs to grow a backbone. For real, OP thinks she has a sister-in-law problem but really has a husband problem. Like, why is hubby so chill with Amy constantly making OP pay unless he implicitly agrees with his sister that since OP is so flush with cash she should? This scenario is exactly why I stopped going out to eat with one of my sisters. She would take it a step further, and when we were finishing dinner, before bill came, would order food to go for her kids. Then say she never carries cash or cards because her spouse always takes care of that stuff. And no, I didn't make more money than her. I'm 12 years younger and was still single, so she figured I should pay since she had kids and I didn't. OMG, when I read title I thought about Alan from the 2.5 Men, ha ha ha, and when I read you pulled Charlie's trick with wallet I almost choked on my tea, smiley face. Not the asshole leeches should be taught lesson, and your sister-in-law for sure deserve it. I just wonder where's your husband in this, why he allowed his sister to behave like this and didn't nip this behavior moment you realized what she is doing? Completely deadpan, whoops, I guess I mistook your wallet for mine. Bonus points if it's a completely different color. And don't forget to throw in a don't worry, I'll pay you back. She made the reservation and invited you. Etiquette says she would be responsible for 100% of that bill. Not the asshole. It's the same principle with dates. The person who asks chooses the restaurant, ideally with the other person in mind, and then pays the bill. Not the asshole. Clarification. I worded this kind of poorly. This is my own approach to dates, but whatever works for you and the people that you date is cool. What happens when person A asks for the date but person B chooses the restaurant? Edit. Asking because I am separated and will potentially be rejoining the dating scene. Edit 2. It seems people largely go Dutch these days, with a few people saying inviter pays. Not opposed at all to Dutch, I'm just going to have to reframe my mindset because I'm used to dude pays. I rather like this new development. Any other tips I should need about being a dude dating in your 30s? Other info. My username is referencing the potato product, not the red pill relationship advice guy. I'm not going around asking about a woman's body counts and saying never cohabitate and whatnot. Since that dude got booted from Instagram, I've had multiple people talk about that. A lot of early dates also tend to go Dutch, so you don't have any obligations should one or both of you decide it's not working out. My godfather always said don't enter a restaurant unless you know you can afford your half at minimum. Unless with a family member you know always insists on paying. Hi, godfather. Per the rules of etiquette, the inviter should pay. So if you say I'd like to take you out for dinner, or would you like to have dinner with me? You should pay, even if they choose the restaurant. However, I'll only go Dutch nowadays. I don't want to pay for someone else's food, nor do I want to be indebted to them should they pay for mine. I actually prefer paying for myself because then I'll usually order a cocktail or two, which I wouldn't order if someone else was paying. I don't expect someone else to pay for my $10 or more cocktail. They're also quite old and running low on disposable income. They aren't hurting and will drop $50K on crazy vacations every year, but that's where all their extra money goes, which is great. They're late 80s and should blow their money on whatever they want, so they have all these rules. It has to be a cheap place. No appetizers. No alcoholic drinks. Sharing where possible, e.g., pizza. I do appreciate the generosity, but I'd much rather just get what I want and pay for it myself. Or at least start a second tab for my extras, but they'd insist on paying for that too. So I'm left eating what I don't want and fretting over how much the final bill comes to. And I suspect they're lousy tippers. And in case you're wondering, they will fight anyone who tries to pay. I've seen more than one waiter awkwardly standing around holding the bill while my grandpa argues with my uncle over who gets to pay. I really love paying my own way actually, don't have to answer to anyone. That's way too stressful for me. I think I'd have to politely decline mealtime functions. Sometimes people think they're giving a gift, but they're not. Also, she stays at your house for free. If I travel and stay with someone, I always show my appreciation by treating them to a nice meal. It's the least I can do. Right? I absolutely insist on either taking out my hosts or cooking an amazing dinner, of which I buy the ingredients to cook, as a way of thanking them for taking me in, even if it was their idea for me to visit. It's the same line of thinking when you borrow a car and return it gassed up even though you only drove it 20 miles. Always return a borrowed item in better condition than you got it. Car wash, something. Not the asshole. Awesome power move. But when is your husband gonna step up and make her pay her share? They've bullied and manipulated him like this his whole life. He's gotten so used to it that he doesn't see the bigger issue. Old habits die hard. Trying to help him stand up for himself, but it's an uphill battle. Fish don't realize they're wet until they get onto land. You need to pluck your hubby from that toxic pond. This is a weird analogy, since taking a fish out of water would probably end up killing it. I saved a fish from drowning this morning. He was so happy he started dancing around, but now he must be tired. Edit, just checked my inbox. 20 hours later. Smiley face, thanks for the awards kind strangers. Hugging face, heart, and the quote I referenced was from Scrubs. This made me spit out my coffee. Well done. OP, you need to mosey over to our /justnovel and to a therapist website. I have several cringe mother-in-law stories that I've wanted to post to that sub. I just might do it. Please do. And then sign yourselves up for couples therapy. So feel this. All but my bill is extremely toxic and manipulative, and trying to help hubby see that is an uphill and long and tedious battle. Therapy is not cheap either. You feel me? Lots of people telling me that he needs to get it together, not realizing that when you've been manipulated for years on end, it's not exactly easy to undo. It doesn't help that when we talked about these kinds of things in therapy, the therapist couldn't hold himself back and asked my husband if he was an idiot for letting his family treat him like that. It was a fair point, but he felt attacked in a place that is supposed to be a safe place. It was kind of a setback for him and this whole problem. Drop that therapist and get another one. He was way out of line. It took several before I found one that was willing to help in a way that actually helped me. Not the asshole. That was a boss move. But if you want to keep it up without getting accused of touching her things, when you're in the car, don't let your husband start driving until she shows you she has her wallet on her. You told her right up front, I'm not paying this time. And she tried to push you into it. Honestly, I don't know why you keep going out with her. Cancel. Or insist your husband pays. Like, what does he say about all of this? Because he needs to have a chat with his sister about how she's abusing your generosity. Next time she stays and says there's a reservation, oh, hey, I hope you guys have a nice time. Yeah, I'm not going. I'm getting tired of someone who isn't my husband continuously trying to fuck me. ETA, in regards to OP's edit, Amy, your sister-in-law couldn't badmouth you if you didn't give her plenty of ammo. You're saying she's badmouthing you? She's just telling people what you did. If you feel some kind of way about it, that means you're aware that you done fucked up. Stop being mad at other people for reacting to your shitty behavior. Change your shitty behavior. Grow as a person. This. Honestly, I would have asked for separate checks and paid for my own food. Don't have your wallet? I don't know, call your brother and see if he can bring your wallet. Also, it's 2022, use contactless with your phone. Not the asshole. I wouldn't have touched her wallet, but when you got to the car, you could have said, hey, I just noticed your wallet is still inside. You should go grab it so you can pay your bill as we agreed. And then simply refuse to go until she did. Just grab it and hand it to her as soon as you're back in the car. Hey, you forgot your wallet again, so I grabbed it for you. There's no response to that other than, oh, cool, thanks. Also, it leads nicely to the follow-up of, by the way, you never paid me for the last time you forgot your wallet, so you're cool with covering tonight, right? This is a good option too, since if she flips out there you can just be like, okay, psycho, and cancel the dinner. Why do you and your husband still allow her to stay with you or choose exclusive restaurants or even go out with her? I think you need to talk to your husband about this behavior. I am very curious as to why he hasn't stepped in and shut this down, and wonder if he is the one encouraging her to do this behind your back. Because he's the only male in his family, and frankly his sisters, mother, have always taken advantage of him like this in the past. Now they've found a new target, me. They've got it in their minds that their poor family has married into a rich family or something like that. I'm by no means rich, but they didn't have it easy growing up. I don't personally think this is an excuse for being a mooch. She works, she has her own money now, she's not in any dire financial situation, she can pay her own way. I hope you have your own separate bank account. Because if your husband wants his sisters to mooch, he can use his own money. But in reality the boundaries need to be set, and needed to yesterday. I love that everyone is so quick to lash out at her husband when OP has made it clear that her husband has been manipulated and emotionally abused by his family his entire life. Granted, I have seen comments react the opposite, but I find it odd how reactionary people are at the husband in this situation. Because generally you manage your own family. He is getting blamed here as he is serving up his wife as fresh meat to avoid taking hits from his toxic family. As long as the husband enables the family's behavior, letting them come stay and mooch regardless of his wife's opinion, there isn't much OP can do to fix things. Yeah, letting someone else bear the brunt of bad behavior is pretty toxic. You manage your own family. Because two things can be true at the same time: the husband has been manipulated and abused by his family his entire life. The husband has a responsibility towards his spouse. We can both understand the terrible way hubby has been socialized by his family and also acknowledge that it isn't okay to let it continue in such a way as the dysfunction and suffering gets passed on to his wife. Tell her she can come visit when she's paid you back for the last 5 to 10 meals, whatever suits you. Not the asshole. She should have made sure she had her wallet when you reminded her before leaving that you weren't paying for her. If there's a next time, I hope not, make her show you how she plans on paying before you leave for the restaurant. Tell her she has to bring a minimum of 2 cards though, in case one gets declined. So much work to be in the company of someone you don't even like. Venmo exists now, so she really can't play the "oh I forgot my wallet" trick. I say if she pulls this again that you don't pay for her portion unless she immediately Venmos right then and there. You can't touch her wallet, but she can spend your money? Yeah, no. Also, stop having her stay with you guys. You and your husband need to grow backbones, my friend. She is taking advantage of y'all's kindness. Not the asshole. Stop eating out with her. When she makes a reservation, tell her to have a nice evening and DoorDash yourself a nice meal. This is a permanent solution to any meals out with her. Don't invite her again, don't accept her reservations. Yes, this is the answer. She cannot force you and your husband into the car to go to a restaurant. Find your spines. Not the asshole. She's playing checkers, you're playing chess, and she's mad you called her on her BS. Bars. Usually, I'm against people touching others' property, but in this case, well done. Be aware that next time she will be hiding her wallet, but maybe just refuse to go out to dinner if she didn't bring her wallet/card. Let her know if she doesn't pay she will not be going out with you and your husband, and make it clear that your hospitality is a courtesy, not an obligation. She's very welcome to stay in a hotel next time if she doesn't abide by the rules and respects you. Your husband's family might start harassing you after you establish the rules, so might be worth having a dialogue with your husband and having him be the bad cop. If the family complains, tell them that they are welcome to pay your sister-in-law's expenses, including past dinners if you have the receipts or bank statements. Your sister-in-law is an entitled brat. I am an absolute control freak about people touching my stuff, but not the asshole. As others have pointed out here, if she's really hard up financially, there's always eho.p for meals out. Not the asshole. Stone cold busted. Next time she books an expensive restaurant, just stand her up, and even better, tell her to find a hotel for her next visit. Yeah. The most expensive place I'd take her is Taco Bell. They have a value menu for her. Not the asshole, I would have done the same. She's only furious because you called her on her crap and beat her at her own game. If she genuinely forgot her wallet, she would be thanking you for having the forethought to remember it for her, since she's so forgetful. Imagine if she'd just given it to sister-in-law in the car. Oh hey, I noticed this lying around and grabbed it for you. Ready to go? I'm so excited to try this restaurant. Sister-in-law would have been out of that car so fast, or she'd see the whole way there and through the meal knowing nobody is bankrolling her. I'm willing to bet that if OP did that before they ate, sister-in-law would have ordered herself the cheapest meal the restaurant offered. She acts like a spoiled brat, and I'm sure she orders to her heart's content when she knows OP will foot the bill. Not the asshole, definitely not an asshole, but you might be a legend. Not the asshole, that's a stone cold badass move. Not the asshole, but you really have a husband problem. He needs to lay down the law to his sister. She is the guest. If she is picking the restaurant, she is paying for her meal. That from now on, there will be a wallet check before she leaves the house. And that his wife's job isn't there to supplement Amy's lifestyle. Not the asshole touche, checkmate, alley-ooped it, touchdown it, slam dunked it, nothing but net, Maradona it, goal, eagled it, Hadoken, KO, fatality, mat, etc. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button for more content. I post every day and I'll see you next time with more stories.